We have heard of wars and rumors of wars. Calamities are increasing, the so-called climate, environmental issue. We have seen wickedness increasing at a pace we have never witnessed before. Do you think that it is time for us, as Amos chapter 4 verse 12 tells us, to prepare to meet our God?
Prepare for the last days, a devotional from the writings of Ellen G. White. An enemy has done this. And he said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Matthew 13 verse 28. The church of Christ on earth will be imperfect, but God does not destroy his church because of its imperfection. There has been and will be those who are filled with zeal, not according to knowledge, but who would purify the church and uproot the tares from the midst of the wheat. But Christ has given special light on how to deal with those who are erring and with those who are unconverted in the church. There is to be no spasmodic, zealous, hasty action taken by church members and cutting off those they may think defective in character. Tares will appear among the wheat, but it would do more harm to weed out the tares, unless in God's appointed way, than to leave them alone. While the Lord brings into the church those who are truly converted, Satan at the same time brings persons who are not converted into his fellowship. While Christ is sowing the good seed, Satan is sowing the tares. There are two opposing influences continually exerted on the members of the church. One influence is working for the purification of the church, and the other for the corrupting of the people of God. We are not to say what constitutes the wheat and what the tares. The time of harvest will fully determine the character of the two classes specified under the figure of the tares and of the wheat. The work of separation is given to the angels of God, and not committed into the hands of any man. Although there are evils existing in the church and will be unto the end of the world, the church in these last days is to be the light of the world that is polluted and demoralized by sin. The church, enfeebled and defective, needing to be reproved, warned, and counseled, is the only object upon earth upon which Christ bestows his supreme regard.
There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. Together his loved ones home. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. Together his loved ones home. Together his loved ones home. Together his loved ones home. There'll be no dark valley when Jesus comes. Together his loved ones home. There'll be no more sorrow when Jesus comes. There'll be no more sorrow when Jesus comes.